Well, the season's finally here, and the players...
Hey, football fans, you ready for the gridiron? Thursday and Friday mornings, the Armchair Quarterback Show returns, 9 a.m. Eastern. We'll be talking college and NFL football, the point spreads, fantasy football advice, and more. Want to catch it live? Become a Country Club member today here on Braves Country Radio. We'll make the replay available to the public later on that day, as we're being broadcasted nationwide on independent radio stations. As a member catching it live, you can ask your questions. We'll answer all. Point spread advice, player props, your fantasy football questions. It's the Armchair Quarterback Show, Thursday and Friday mornings this fall here on Braves Country Radio.
He's the armchair quarterback. He's full of beer and he's full of snacks. The all-American man. With a cool one in his head.
You're in Braves country.
me, you can't smoke like me. So don't try and be like me. Let's party together.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
We have been hoodwinked.
On a beer? 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Pull up an armchair, girls and boys, and join us for Braves Country Baseball. You're listening live, and the scene is Truist Park in Atlanta, Georgia. We're set to bring you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves. Hi, I'm Mac McGee. It's time to put it all aside and get set for what should be a great day on Braves Country Radio. We'll go through the lineups today as the game moves along. Put your click in the chat, slap that like, and let's get ready, Braves Country. We'd like to thank everybody for choosing Braves Country Radio, and a special thanks to all the country club members. Please like on your way in and subscribe, set those alerts, and share Braves Country Radio to help build the crowd so we can continue to bring you the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Well, it's about that time. Grab you a cold one. Find you an armchair. Atlanta Braves Baseball right here on Braves Country Radio. Your modern-day superstation is in its 5th season of bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves and our one-of-a-kind production. Take us anywhere you go for over 170 Atlanta Braves ball games. Please like and subscribe today. Join the Country Club. Thank you to all the Country Club members. You help support Braves Country Radio.
Get this bus moving.
Stop.
Come back.
Too late.
Hey, Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. America's patriotic light lager, all natural ingredients. Stand tall, be proud. The perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. America's patriotic light lager, offering a crisp, clean, bold taste. The perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. A beer with only 110 calories that tastes like a full-flavored beer and celebrates like freedom. Hey Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Join the Country Club today. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the Country Club today. It helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Hey Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. From the mountains to the prairies to your pint glass with white foam, we're bringing back beer with a backbone. All that matters in our brew is taste and a touch of American excellence. American Rebel Beer, born in the USA.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the radio news.
Sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. There is nothing wrong. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension, a dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both things and ideas. You've just crossed over into
adventures in time and space.
We offer you
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
Hi, folks. Join us now for another Braves ball game. Yes, sir. This is the one we've been waiting for. This is it. This makes you feel like it's spring and baseball. No more measles and free tickets to the circus.
You're in Braves country.
This is a reminder, disorderly conduct will not be tolerated. Please respect your fellow fan and refrain from any unruly behavior. Failure to comply with these guidelines will result in ejection.
You're in Braves country.
Howdy, Braves Country. That's your roll call. That's it, man. That power flickered at the worst possible time, so I'm in the weeds. No time for salutations. Good to see everybody. And hopefully we get this rolling with no qualms. Good to see everybody. I'll try to chat with y'all throughout the game. But power flickered in here. I don't know. Barely flickered. It knocked the whole internet out. Even though we have a backup, it's all reliant on power. And because there was a thunderstorm in the area, that's it. It got cooked. So I had to restart the whole thing, start everything back off to all the different outlets, different radio stations, etc., etc. And we're getting set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves. Hope y'all are ready for a good Saturday night. Starting off rough, but we'll be all right. We'll get back on track. And we'll put the card up, and if you don't understand what that's about yet, just ask a friend. They'll tell you. Roy Clark, not the one you're thinking of, passed away. A Braves longtime scout, so we keep him in our prayers tonight, and him and his family. I don't have the whole list in front of me because once again I lost the power, but I do know for a fact one of the guys that he helped find was a Mr. Brian McCann, along with many, many others. I'll try to find the list later on. Flash it up there yet, but the Braves should be in their City Connects tonight. We'll see if that's what they actually end up doing. Cal Quantrill debut for the Atlanta Braves. Don't expect a whole lot from Cal. We did make an emoji for him to welcome him into Braves country. Can't do that for all of them, but he has a pretty easy emoji that I was able to find. We just took the Cal football one and said, let's go. And I haven't had a chance to check X, but with my luck, they put a rain delay on and I rushed for no reason. Doesn't look like it. Looks like they're doing all right. Yeah, we are in our City Connects, and Cal Quantrill is going back out there. I think they had another ceremony. That's why it's not getting started right at the time as you would normally expect it. I'm going to try to bring in the 3D now, but he is still warming up, so probably won't pull up yet. Saw Royal Pita, 15 months of Braves country. Congratulations. Good to see you, Tim. That wasn't too long after we created it. The country club, I mean. I feel like, what is this? This is the 8th month. So I feel like the country club's only been around. By the way, we had the same problem in New York today that we did last night with the 3D, so we'll see if it continues. Evidently, this is a Major League Baseball issue. This is not just a Braves issue. I thought it was Braves because we're getting it constantly with the Braves. We are just about set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves. And yes, sir, it is baseball time in Braves country. First pitch on the way from Quantrill is up high and out of the zone to Francisco Lindor. Righty-lefty matchup. It's 1-0. It's already started again, so it is what it is. We'll pull it back. They may or may not fix it. Who knows? The 0-1 count right evens up the count with the swing and a miss. It's 1-1. I had to play that game all day long on the Red Sox-Yankees one, and I'm just not going to do it again. If they can't get their act together, we'll leave it on the screen until it cleans itself up. The 1-1 count. Swing and a miss. Curveball in the dirt, 1-2. They have two different monitors flipping back and forth, and they both kept stalling out. So it was kind of pointless. As soon as one would get going, the other one would spit the bit. We'll go over Quantrill, what you can expect from here in one moment. The 1-2 in the dirt. Curveball. Misses. Nowhere near the plate. About a 52-foot curveball. All right on a Saturday night. Infield back into the right, the 2-2, another curveball in the dirt. Make sure get this guy off the freaking scrap heap. Good job, AA. Way to go, buddy. 5.5 ERA. His repertoire looks like this, if you want to call it that, is the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three. Got him with the cutter. One away. Now, all jokes aside, at one point, Cal Quantrill was looked upon as a formidable number three starter in Major League Baseball. He's just fallen off. And I haven't seen him enough. We've seen him a few times against him. But the main thing that I've read up on him that I could find is it's been a lack of control and a dip in velocity just a little bit, but it's always the control that gets the guys. First pitch on the way to Juan Soto is a sinker, 95 miles an hour, right down the pipe. It's 0-1. He throws a cutter, a four-seamer, and a splitter, a sinker, a curveball, a slider. So a true kitchen sink guy. The 0-1 lifts it into right center field. Drifting over is Ronald Acuna Jr. He'll make the catch. 2 down. He throws that cutter and four-seamer and splitter almost evenly, coming in at a total of about 63% of the time. Then the next batch you would look at would be the sinker. He throws that at about 16, and the curve 12, the slider 9. So he doesn't really have a show-me pitch. He mixes them all in, but he doesn't have one that he throws religiously where that's his lean-on pitch. First pitch on the way is a sinker up top to Alonso. It's 1-0. 1-0. Right there at the knees. 2-0. Left to right across the outfield is Profar to Harris to Acuna. Around the infield once again, Nacho to Allen to Ozzie to Olsen. Pitch on the way in the dirt. 3-0. So he's really missing with that. Curveball and sinker has been bouncing to the plate. Tonight behind the plate for your Atlanta Braves, it is Drake Baldwin once again. 3-0 count. Outside wide, 95 miles an hour. Ball 4. So he'll head on down to first, and that'll bring Matt Vientos to the plate. What it looks like, at least for now, if you're paying attention with Baldwin and Smurf, it looks like in a 3-game series, especially when you've got a day game after a night game like we do tomorrow, you're going to get Drake the first 2 nights, and then Smurf will be there, I would think, on day 3. First pitch on the way is up top to Vientos. This is high, cutter, 1-0. I would expect the same thing in the Miami series because you have 2 night games, and then it's a day game on Wednesday at 1 o'clock, so I would tend to think we're going to get the same thing. 1-0. Swing, lifts it. High, deep, bending, into foul territory and just out of reach. Bounces off the netting near the stands. Profar was near it, but never had a chance as it hit that screen. Top of the screen. That was a high tower. Good to see, folks. I see Uncle Charlie and Justin Hightower and Jen J. Is the 1-1. Splitter right there at the knees, 1-2. Justin Green, I'm going to try to do these as we go along. John, you're just joining us. We lost power for just a split moment, and it knocked everything off that you could imagine. Just long enough to reset the... So we have a thing set up where if the internet goes down, we have a backup that will run, but that it only works if you have power. And the weather sneezed out there and it flickered. The 1-2, swing rips it into center. That's down for a base hit, and the Mets have runners on first and second, but there are 2 out. Trina, good to see you. Justin, I think he's throwing darts tonight. Didn't he say he's in a dart league or something during the day game? Braden Quinn, C. Height. Yeah, he bounced around for quite a bit, C. Height. First and second, 2 outs. The cutter right down the pipe on the outer edge. It's 0-1. He actually had a pretty good year or 2 and did well in Colorado, all things considered. The 0-1, down and in. Good to see Tim. And who else do we have in here? My man Nathaniel Brooks, Jack Milt. The 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. 1-2. What you talking about, Willis? We see you, Willis Mathis. James Fisher. George Pearson. So a 1-2 count, 2 on, 2 out. I know I saw Pete in here earlier. Darryl Little and his other brother Darryl. The 1-2 pops it up. Will it stay in play? Nacho gives it chase, and it will not. Bends over towards the dugout. We'll do it again. Jeremy Prosser, good to see you. Hope you're feeling well. Jason Up and Adams. See if I've missed anybody. The 1-2, high and out of the zone. Evens up the count 2-2. So Deuce is Wild, 2 on, 2 out. Mark Ricky Ricardo. Uncle Charlie once again. I'm surprised it's allowing me to scroll because normally when it resets like this, I can't scroll up. The 2-2 pitch, swing, rips it over to second, but it's an atom ball to Ozzie Albies. He'll flip it over to Olsen, and that'll end the inning. So he dances out of danger. We head to the bottom of the first. Profar will grab the bat and lead us off when we return.
If you were a fruit, you'd be a fine apple.
That's cute. What if I was a vegetable?
I mean, I come visit you in the hospital every day.
The food is good, right, bro?
Oh, it's good, but it's nothing like my mother's ham biscuit brickle-brackle and beans with fizzy wiggets. They used to make roasted ham squash with spittle spattle and a side of biscuit gravy. And we'd have that every...
Everyone in Portland dresses like they just got into a fight with their dad and then slammed their bedroom door to listen to Incubus. They were like, it's not James, it's Artemis now.
A little taste test. Got with me here a White Claw hard seltzer. Raspberry. We're gonna check it out, see what we think. Tastes like a Jell-O shot farted. Tastes like I'm gonna get arrested at a bachelorette party. Tastes like I'm fighting for joint custody of a paddleboard. Tastes like the siphon gas from a vegan food truck.
When Sparky came to the Reds in '70, he gained Johnny, Tony, and my respect. We just loved him. And if he got our respect, the rest of the guys were going to follow suit.
We had that first clubhouse meeting at the end of spring training. Sparky said, we're just going to set down the rules. Pete, Joe, Tony, Johnny, you don't have any rules. The other 21 of you, you're going to, and I'm thinking, did I hear that right? Oh man, now I don't have to sneak in through the kitchen if I'm out a little late and everything else doing this. This is the greatest. And then I'm like, oh, this guy's really good.
Sparky Anderson, he has treated us like men, and I have to say he's probably the finest manager in baseball today.
Sparky Anderson say, hey, you guys in charge. Pete Rose, Joe Morgan, Johnny Bates, and myself. These guys over there, they're going to follow you guys.
We have black leadership, we have white leadership, we have Spanish leadership.
Oh, help me.
No team's ever had a black Hall of Famer, a white Hall of Famer, and a Latino Hall of Famer, and a Hall of Fame manager on the same team in the history of baseball.
Clay Holmes stands to the bump. Mets wearing all gray top to bottom. First pitch on the way is a sinker right down Main Street off the outer edge. It's 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup, Profar, batting .260, 10 home runs. I think there's something wrong with his pitch comm device, so we'll wait for that to clear itself up. Left to right across the outfield for the Metropolitans, it's Taylor to Mullins to Soto. See, Marte to Taylor to Soto. I left last night's card in front of me for a second. Around the horn, Beatty to Lindor to McNeil to Alonso. Sanger is back behind the plate once again. It's an 0-1 count. Holmes is trying to straighten out his pitch comm device. Looks like he's got it going. The 0-1. Check swing, chops it foul, cutter. It's 0-2. What you'll get from Clay Holmes tonight, we've seen him a few times this year. A sinker, a sweeper, a change, a slider, and a cut, along with a four-seam fastball. The 0-2, outside wide, 1-2. Throws the sinker the most at 40%. And then a fairly even split with the sweep, change, and slider. The cutter at 8%. And the four-seam is really a show me to change of speed. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Chase the changeup away. 1 down. Holmes is usually pretty good the first couple of times through the order. He's been having issues the third time through the second half of the season. That's why there's rumors that he could be heading to the bullpen. I got to see that to believe that. They've leaned on him quite a bit, but McGill is looking pretty good down in AAA, and he's set to come back regardless. The sweeper leads off on Olsen. He dribbles it over to first. Alonso grabs it, steps on the bag, 2 down. 2 up, 2 down to start the inning. Ronald Acuna Jr. will come to the plate, batting .305 on the year. First pitch on the way to Acuna is down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Swing, chops it over to third. Deep into the hole. Here comes a high throw. Good throw. Impressive throw by Vientos, and that'll end the inning. Braves go down in order. Man, he had to go a long way to get that, and Acuna was busting it down the line. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
Hey, Dad. You got 2 options. A, be quarantined with Mom.
B.
Or
B. B.
I didn't even say B.
I don't give a about the WNBA. About none of them. None of them.
You wouldn't go to an Angel Reese game?
No.
I think that would be dope.
I don't want to watch a bunch of doing nothing. I like volleyball hoes in them little bitty shorts. I like them baseball fine in the mother. But them long, tall-legged with them long arms, man, them look like Lou Alcindor.
Well, I want more than anything else in this entire world. Yes. Crack. Oh. I thought you were going to say pizza or no. Buffalo wings.
No.
You want crack? Yeah, crack cocaine. Now, I've never had crack. Dude, you are going to love it.
There was a bond that fortified that admiration when Mattingly took an active role in helping Bernie Williams adjust to Major League life.
I was kind of hazed by some of the older guys, and I was very sensitive and very emotional.
They used to call him Bambi, and they'd make fun of him. And he had those Coke bottle glasses, and he was very skinny.
He was kind of getting bullied a little bit. Bernie was quiet, and he made mistakes on the field, like everybody does.
He's on the ground as the ball's off the wall.
Donnie didn't like hazing. He didn't like that. You're in the clubhouse. You're part of this team.
Mattingly shut it down, and it just stopped because Mattingly wouldn't allow it.
He actually had to step in and say, hey, leave the guy alone. And then he took me on the back of the bus, and he said to me, hey, you're a good player. You have the potential to be a better player than you are right now, but these are the things that you have to do.
Just talking about how good he was. You can't let anybody tell you that you can't play, and that was it.
To me, that was one of the pivotal times in my career where I could look back and say, that conversation with him took me to the next level.
Your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. CEQ fires one in there as strike. Sinker to Starlin Marte. It's 0-1. Righty-righty matchup, the 0-1 pitch. Drops it down for a bunt in between home and third. Quantrell jumps on it and flips it to first. And Marte, even his advanced years, will beat it out. And it's an infield single for the Metropolitans. Not a bad play by Quantrell, but a long throw. He's going off his body weight as it's heading towards third. So the ball kind of dipped away. But a pretty good throw all in all. Just never really had a chance. One on, nobody out. Infield back into the left. First pitch on the way, swing, slices it foul. Brett Beatty, it's 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup, Beatty batting .249, 15 home runs, 41 RBI. For whatever reason, it tends to clear itself up around the third or fourth inning, this 3D. I don't know what is going on, but it's not just in Atlanta. I thought it was just an Atlanta thing until we did the game today. The 0-1, swing, slices it foul. It's 0-2. We didn't have the issue in the other doubleheader we did earlier this week, but we've had it all week off and on in Atlanta, so I thought it was some kind of maintenance problem, but evidently it's across the board. 0-2 count. Swing, chops it foul. We'll do it again. The 0-2. Turns and flips it over to first. Braves nothing, Mets nothing, top of the second inning. Just getting going here on a Saturday night in Braves country. The 0-2 pitch. Check swing, runner goes, throw down to second. Ball gets out of the glove and rolls away. Nick Allen was originally in the starting lineup. He's been a late scratch. Brujan is out there at short. Try to get more information on that as we go along. The 1-2. Swing, pops it up. High in the sky. Left field. Profar's got it. Marte stays put. One away. Marte has bunted his way aboard, then stole second, so he has created what could be the go-ahead run by getting into scoring position. And Tyrone Taylor, who has been a menace to the Braves in 2025, comes to the plate. The maths don't math. He's only batting .206, but I'd say 85% of his base hits have been against Braves pitching. First pitch on the way, right there, 94 at the knees. It's 0-1. He was in left field last night. Mullins getting the night off. The 0-1. Just misses with the cutter, 1-1. 1-1 count. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. Good cutter off the edge. It's 1-2. Braves nothing, Mets nothing. Top of the second inning. The 1-2. Brings it. Swing, broken bat towards third. Nacho has it, fires it to first. Good, 5-3. Dodging those shards of broken bat heading his way. Marte stays put. Now there's 2 down. And Sanger will come to the plate. He had an RBI last night. His first time up, smoked one down the left field line. Batting just .185. Infield is back into the left. The first pitch on the way, 95 right down Main Street. It's 0-1. Oh, 1 count. Swing, fouls it straight back. It's 0-2. Game 2 of 3-game set. The Mets won a laugher in a rainstorm last night, the last part of the game, if you stepped away. They were in a driving rain and it never called for a delay. Really strange, the 0-2. High and out of the zone, 1-2. Good to see you, Velvet. I think I saw Jen in here. There's Robert. Timothy. One-two count. Swing and a missed strike three. Got him with the splitter, and that'll end the inning. So he's dancing out of danger. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
Okay. Are you kidding? That's unfair. She made those. I need to calm down. Everything's fine.
Amanda.
I'm an adult.
Man, I'm sick of how much time Chris is spending with Brian.
Probably smooching pickles, because they're a couple of pickle smooches.
No, I'm getting a little bit tired of my friends not being able to handle their alcohol. They dropped me 3 times last night trying to bring me into the house.
I'm good with the customer.
Not really.
I'm great with the customer.
She's autistic. She can't help it.
Yeah, I'm autistic.
No, you're not autistic. How many toothpicks on the ground?
Don't play this game again.
Come on, look, how many toothpicks?
No, it just involves me cleaning up toothpicks.
100?
No.
100?
It's 3.
There's 3.
Okay, how many now?
3.
No.
Ugh, you're the worst kind of autistic.
Boy, it would be tough to field that team that we had, because even the guys that aren't Hall of Famers are really good players. I mean, Concepcion's a really good player. Griffey's a really good player. Foster hit 52 home runs. Geronimo was a Gold Glover every year. So we had the same 8 guys that played every day.
That group of regulars would become known as the Great 8, the heart of the Big Red Machine in the 70s.
When you walk in to the Big Red Machine locker room, take a choice. Do you go to this Hall of Famer, or that person with the most hits in the game? Or you go to this Hall of Famer over here? Or how about this guy that belongs in the Hall? You know, you had your choice.
Not only were they great players, but they had terrific personalities, and that team put a tremendous emphasis on winning.
There she goes! Way just out of here! Home run!
It was fun going to the ballpark back then. We had fun. But you know why we had fun? Because we won. We didn't win every year, but we never went to spring training and we didn't think we could win.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. Atlanta Braves nothing, Mets nothing. Braves grabbed the sticks, and the first pitch on the way to Michael Harris II is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1, infield back into the right. Swing, chops it foul. It's 0-2. The 0-2, cutter in the dirt, 1-2. Holmes only threw 7 pitches in that first inning, so on brand, the Braves swinging early and often in this one. The 1-2 from Clay, swing and a miss, strike 3. Slider down around the ankles, 1 away. Say 2 teams back at it tomorrow. Come on there about 1 o'clock, and it'll be a 1:35 first pitch. Bryce Elder on the bump for the Braves tomorrow. First pitch on the way to Marcell Ozuna is a sinker at the knees. 0-1. The 0-1. Down and away. 1-1. Marcell Ozuna batting .234 on the year. 20 home runs. The 1-1 swing, chops it foul, 1-2. The 1-2 from Holmes. Looking in, steps off the mound for a second. He's messing around with that Listen out that pitch calm again. The 1-2 swings, fouls it away. Braves nothing, Mets nothing. Sinker in the dirt on the 1-2, and Marcel's taken, evens up the count 2-2. The 2-2 from Holmes. Looks in and brings it. Swing and a miss, chases Sinker down around the shoe top, strike 3. Clay Holmes, 3 strikeouts already. That'll bring Drake Baldwin to the plate. The Drake takes the first pitch off the plate. Outside, it's 1-0. Righty-lefty matchup. The 1-0 in the dirt. 2-0. Infield back and to the right. The 2-0 pitch. 94th innings. 2-1. Holmes comes set, kicks and fires, swing, hits it up the middle, but that's right where Lindor's playing. Braves go down in order once again. We'll go to the top of the third, 0-0 here in Braves country.
I said you dress like a hoe, but I used to dress like a hoe too, but not as hoey as you guys.
Woo! What's up with it, mother? What's up, baby? Did you miss me?
Before you judge me, let me walk you through it. I settled in, I started eating, and then I realized I didn't have a place to put the bones. I didn't want to put them on the sheets because you made it very clear you don't like that. Long story short, I've invented the shirt plate.
You promised me you would stick to your diet. Aren't you at all concerned about your health?
I'll tell you what I am concerned about. My blue cheese cup. I'm empty.
You know what? Here. Have cookies for dinner, okay? I give up. I officially give up. You happy? What are you doing? You gave up!
Y'all ever looked at y'all coworker and said, this place just hired any goddamn body?
They were united in their goal on the field, even if their 2 biggest stars were hardly cut from the same cloth.
You know, to me, you're 2 different people, and I think the public ought to know it. Actually,
You call me an animal.
Well, I call you the animal, that's right.
We live kind of different lives. Johnny was always hanging with the right people. You'd probably say I was hanging with the wrong people because I'm a gambler, okay? You know, I like to go to the racetrack. I don't think Johnny ever been to a racetrack.
And the differences between Bench and Rose led some to wonder about their relationship.
There was, especially with Pete and Johnny, competition. I mean, here was Pete, who had been there longer, had been a Cincinnati kid. He's playing in his hometown, had developed the role of Charlie Hustle. And here comes Johnny, even though he's from Binger, Oklahoma, but had an air of sophistication about him. So who was the alpha dog between those two?
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back, Braves Country. Braves nothing, Mets nothing. We go to the top of the third inning. First pitch from Kyle Quantrell. He swung on and foul straight back. It's 0-1. We went with the curveball as we flip the lineup over again. Francisco Lindor 0 for 1 on the day. Struck out swinging his first time up. The 0-1. Swing, slaps it into left, down for a base hit. And he continues to hit well against the Atlanta Braves here in 2025. First pitch on the way is a cutter inside. Showing bunt was Juan Soto. He bangs it foul. It's 0-1. College football beginning next week. They had a little bit on it. It wasn't worth watching. But next week is the real week of college football. They call this week 0 because there's a bunch of zeros playing. Splitter looks like it hit the zone but didn't get the call. The 1-1 count. It was so bad this week that they didn't even do the college game day. 1-1 in the dirt, 2-1. I noticed that because last year they did do it when they went over to Dublin, Ireland. But I guess it just wasn't enough of a TV draw with Kansas State and Iowa State. So they did it in studio. They didn't even have the usual suspects. I mean, you talk about ESPN mailing it in. They did not care, the 2-1. Inside 2-2. 2-2 count. Kicks and fires. 94. Another one hitting the zone. Another blown call by your home plate umpire, Roberto Ortiz, and he is whiffing left and right, calling balls strikes and strikes balls behind the plate. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. Nothing coming from the dugout as Cal Quantrell's fighting for some kind of a call behind home plate. Pete Alonso stands in. First pitch, 95 at the knees. Same exact height as those 2 pitches that he just blew the calls on. It's 0-1. So make that make sense. The 0-1. In the dirt, runners go. Throw down to third. They are running early and often on Drake Baldwin. Double steal for the Mets, and they got runners on second and third. Nobody out. Knowing the Braves will pull the infield in, which could have them come wide open. I don't know if I would do that with Brujan playing short, to be honest with you, but we'll see what they end up doing. One count. They are bringing them in. Pitch on the way. Swing. Chops it over to third. Brujan. Slow bouncer. Easy play. 6-3. 1 away. So they'll live to tell the tale on that one. But Vientos comes to the plate. He's got much better speed than what Pete Alonso does. That could be a factor. Vientos, we did not see him the first time through. He was on the IL. First pitch on the way, swung on, bangs the curveball off his instep. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Runners at second and third. Once again, they got the infield in. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. Good curveball. It's 0-2. Be interesting to see. So Smoltz was making those comments on Thursday night during the game against is the 0-2. Misses 1-2. Curveball in the dirt, trying to get him a chase. He's trying to get him. He's making the comments about bringing the infield in early in the game with the tie score, and he couldn't believe it. I wonder if he's paying attention to this now. The 1-2 pitch inside does not get the call. Looked like he may have offered, but probably held up 2-2. Two count. Brings it. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 94-mile-an-hour heater. Revved up the engine. 2 down. Now the infield can play back. That will bring Jeff McNeil to the plate. The left-handed bat. He's 0 for 1. He grounded out to second his first time. It was a hard hit ball to second base, but nonetheless, the 4-3 his first time up. First pitch, swing, blasted down the right field line. And if it's fair, it's gone. It is gone. Like I said, he hammered Quantrell's pitch the first time up, but it was right to Ozzie Albies. So after all of that, he lays one in there, and it's 3-0 Mets. That ball was absolutely cooked. 420 feet down the right field line. Whiplash type of home run, and the Braves trail 3-0. Yeah, that's batting practice pitch right there. Cement mixer. First pitch on the way to Marte. He rips that one into right field. Acuna cuts it off. And the hits keep coming. Brett Beatty, your batter, righty-lefty matchup. Quantrill flips it over to first. We told you in the series preview on Friday that their best chance to get a W was last night, and they spit the bit with that. But Quantrill, they're going to be able to get some runs on Clay Holmes. They should be able to. He starts coughing up runs around the 4th or 5th. Is the pitch outside wide? 1-0. Quantrill's just got to keep it within reason. Chris Sale should be back with the team by the Philadelphia series next weekend. 1-0. Outside wide ball 2-2. Count. Pitch in the dirt behind home plate. Well, they're running on Drake early and often. He tried to backhand it. I don't know what that was, but the ball was going to the dirt, and he tried to backhand it, thinking he could throw out Marte that way. But you got to get the ball first before you worry about throwing it, and that ball just went to the backstop. They're going to have a lot of work to do with him on defense in the offseason, that's for sure. The 3-0, down and in, ball 4. So Quantrill, he is at 58 pitches. Runners on first and second. Two out still. The pitch on the way, right down below the knees for a cutter. That's one bad. Tyrone Taylor, the batter. You do wonder, so Stanford is playing college football tonight, and that's where Cal Quantrill went to college at. You wonder if he's looking for an early exit so he can take a shower and go watch the game. Pitch on the way is a sinker right there at the knees. It's 1-1. It looked like that was the cutter that he tried to throw. 1-1. Swing, chops it foul. 1-2. And that cut didn't cut him. I mean, it came in like a cement mixer. And that was the home run that was given up to McNeil. 1-2 count. Quantrell trying to get out of this mess. Pitch on the way. Dribbles it down to third, and Nacho's there. He'll step on the pillow, and that'll end the inning. Broken bat, G5, but not before Quantrell coughs up 3. It's 3-0. We go to the bottom of the third. Let's get him some runs.
Anyway, apparently I have to get back to work. This is bullshit.
Which means they couldn't be back-to-back champions.
If my aunt had stone, she'd be my uncle.
If she had a mustache, she'd be my uncle. I mean,
I know some women got mustaches. I'm from Alabama. Trust me.
we digress into his dating in Alabama. The women with mustaches.
Hey, it's 4:30. Isn't there an early bird special you should be running off to?
She's 50. She's not an old woman. Hello? No, I'm not hungry yet. Well, if we get there by 5:30, I'm sure they'll honor it.
Is she calling dinner supper?
So, what are you doing this afternoon?
Oh, I'm just sorting out my pills for the week, sweetie.
Well, you do that, and I'll be over a little later.
Huh? Did I get it? Was she sorting out her pills for the week?
Actually, she just got back from the gym, and she's jumping in the shower.
She got a chair in that shower?
Shut up!
Johnny was really popular in Cincinnati, but I probably was more popular simply because the only reason because I was born there, not because I was a better player. I mean, I was born 3 miles from the ballpark. I don't know if Johnny really understood this ever, and I don't think he ever let that known, but I think he had trouble with that.
There was no difference in Pete and I. We were partners in a car dealership. We were partners in a bowling alley. We had the same drive. He was driven to be that, and that was fine. He could be the spokesperson. It was great because I didn't have to talk. They'd come and ask an opinion, and he could give it. He was great copy. I didn't need the pub, and it wasn't like I ever looked at it like, what the heck's they doing? How come they don't come and see me? I don't care.
When we're on the ballpark, we all get along. I never see a discussion or anything between Pete and Johnny.
They both understood they were in a situation where this was extraordinary. This may be one of the great teams of all time, and they weren't going to let any problem that they may have or who's going to be the bigger stud or whatever. Nothing was ever done to the detriment of the team.
Welcome back. Atlanta Braves trail 3-0. First pitch on the way, misses the zone.
You shut up! You.
Ozzie Albies the batter. The 1-0, swing, pops it up. Lazy fly ball to center field. F8 in your scorecard, 1 away. Pizza from Racetrack. Is that any good? I'm assuming you're talking about the gas station and not like an actual racetrack. Nacho Alvarez, the batter. And I made some good, I made a homemade grits bowl the other night for dinner. That was about the best thing I've had in a while. Sweeper misses outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. Little eggs and bacon and yellow cheese grits. The 1-0. Sweeper misses, ball 2-0. 2-0 count. Goulash night. Did you make it, Jen? The 2-0 count. Ooh, inside, almost got him. Sinker just misses his hands. Clay Holmes spinning a perfect game so far. The 3-0 pitch just grabs in there for a sinker. It's 3-1. No runs, no walks, no errors. Nobody's been on base so far. We're just in the 3rd inning. The 3-1. Swing, dribbles it down the right field line, and that's a fair ball. That's going to get into the corner, and Nacho Man is going to take off, and it's a 1-out double for the Nacho Man.
Whoa, you check it out.
What?
Look, that guy.
Get me some nachos.
It is a sign that needs nachos to help me score.
Pete, if you're looking, probably the best breakfast place is Metro. I don't think they do like a. Well, actually, I don't know what they do. I never go out for breakfast because I prefer how I make it. Metro's pretty good. There's several Metros all around the area. First pitch on the way is a swing and a miss at the cutter. It's 0-1. I don't suggest going there on a weekend day because it's usually, on a weekend because it's usually a zoo. Vital Brujan, the 0-1, hammers it down the first base line. It's 0-2. They make really, really good what they call, how do I clean this up? Junk on a shingle, I guess would be the cleanest way to say it. The 0-2 outside wide, 1-2. I haven't had it in a long time, but it's really good. One-two count. Kicks and fires outside wide, 2-2. There's at least 5 or 6. In fact, they opened one in Tennessee several years back. That they were opening them all over the place. I don't know if they still are, if the pandemic hurt anything. But I remember a guy that used to come into our restaurant, the 2-2, swings, hot shot over to first, and a bad throw by Pete Alonso. I was about to brag on him. He never plays good defense, but that was a great stop. He had to make a throw from his back, and it was a wide throw. And Brujan is on. We'll see how they score that. I would think, man, that's such a tough throw. I would think that's a base hit. You're laying flat on your back, but you never know how they're going to do it. We'll give Brujan's Knicks
Hitting, not about muscle. Simple pitch.
Sound bite.
Calculate the
Pretty much
velocity
the go-to if it's someone who doesn't hit the ball hard. We get Nick
gravity, of
sound
course,
bite here.
remains a constant.
They're giving it a base hit. I think that's a fair. I don't think that would be fair to give Alonso an error on that one. It was a great stop, and then he just didn't have enough time to jump up and run to the base, so he's trying to throw the ball to the pitcher, covering the bag. Throwing it from his back, literally from his back. Considering that, it wasn't a terrible throw, but it ended up being wide of the bag. First pitch on the way to Profar is inside sweeper for a strike. It's 0-1. So Clay Holmes, smooth sailing pretty much through the first time through the order. This is what we saw the last couple of times we've seen Clay Holmes. The 0-1, outside wide 1. He represents the tying run, so one swing, we could be right back in this. But you'd like to at least get one run out of this. Make sure you get Nacho home. The infield is back and to the right, though they are playing even with the third base bag. The 1-1 swing lifts it into left, drifting over, making the catch is Marte. Here comes the throw all the way to the plate, and he's going to be out. Man, that was a good throw. Nacho doesn't run well, we know that. That's why he can't play shortstop, but I thought he was going to have a chance to get that. Remember something, Starlin Marte used to be a right fielder, and he just showed off that arm.
She made fun of me for getting Capri Suns, and then she drank 8 of my Capri Suns!
Zach, you're in your 20s and you're arguing over Capri Suns, dude.
Either you ground her or I fight her.
Mom, look at my friend's baby.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, what happened to
Gigi, Mom, you're on FaceTime.
Oh, so cute!
Really need 8 bottles of wine?
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you the wine sheriff? Because I am the police, and you have the right to remain silent.
Can we stop calling Americans uncultured because they haven't traveled outside of America? No, seriously.
America has everything. Every landscape you can think of. Every weather you can think of. And you want it in America, you get it. You go to a different state. You go to the East Coast, you go to the West Coast, you go to the Midwest. America has everything. Americans don't need a passport. They don't need a passport. It doesn't make them uncultured because Americans can go on vacation, on holiday in their own country.
In the early 1970s, Johnny Bench was the most popular star on one of the most popular teams in America's most popular sport, and his fame extended well beyond the baseball diamond.
Whenever you're around him, then sooner or later he's going to be the centerpiece, and he's going to be telling a story, or he's going to be singing a song, or he's going to be telling a joke.
People love being in the presence and in Johnny's company.
And along with the talk shows, tours, and movie cameos came something else, his own TV show.
In 1971, I had the Johnny Bench Show, and my co-host was a guy named Al Michael.
We wound up doing the Johnny Bench Show, the syndicated variety show. So I was Ed McMahon to Johnny Carson. That was pretty cool. We had a lot of fun doing that show.
I got to get my oven working, Johnny.
My TV show. Most of the artists we could get in those days were artists from Nashville, singers and everything else.
Welcome back. Atlanta Braves trail this one 3-0. First pitch on the way is smoked over to short. Brujan juggles it at first, but is able to get it over on a 6-3 putout. One pitch, one out. Hard hit ball once again. One away. That'll bring Francisco Lindor to the plate. A little bit of a delay, but here we go. First pitch on the way. 94-mile-an-hour sinker right down Main Street. He showed bunt for some weird reason. It's 0-1. The 0-1 swing, slices it foul. 1-2. 0-2 count. Kicks and fires. High and out of the zone. The 1-2 from Quantrill, his 67th pitch, bounces a curveball just in front of the plate, 2-2. The 2-2 in the dirt, ball 3-2. So a full count. Payoff pitch, down and away, ball 4. So he'll head on down to first. That'll bring Juan Soto to the plate. One on, one out. Juan Soto takes the first pitch, 93 miles an hour, right there on the outer edge. It's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch. Turns and flips it over to first real quick. Braves trail 3-0. We had runners on the corners last inning with one out and a fly ball to left, and a great throw by Marte ended the inning. threw out Nacho Alvarez at home plate. It still rather shocks me that he is not in right field and Soto is. It's one of the rare times that you would say that if the ball's hit to the corner outfield tonight, you'll run on the right fielder but not the left fielder. That's really more of an ego thing because it's got nothing to do with merit. Juan Soto has never been a good right fielder. The 0-2 count. Kicks and fires. Swing. Hits it on the ground over to second. Ozzie has it. Spins. Flips it to first. It'll be a 4-3, but Lindor will make it up to second base and into scoring position. Pete Alonso 0 for 1 on the day with the walk. Stands to the plate. First pitch swinging. Blasts it into center field. Going back on the track. Making the catch just before the wall for a loud out. Number 3 is Michael Harris II. So we'll be back in a flash. Hopefully we can get some runs on the board. The heart of the order due up when we return.
All right, I done got into my raisin rum cake I got for Christmas. It's gluten-free. It's also raisin and cake free. Yeah, it's just rum.
Who'd you say did the electrical work?
Oh, that would be my nephew Thomas. He's very handy.
Yeah. What year did his house burn down?
Oh, about 2 years ago. How do you know his house burned down?
These 6 days between Christmas and New Year's are the only time of year that you should strive to do absolutely nothing. Make zero progress. Take all the time off. Take a vacation from your vacation. Be the least impressive version of yourself.
Got to play golf with Arnold, and we walked the fairways together. And he would say hello to people. Hi, how you doing over there? Look at that one over there. Oh, how you doing over there? And you know, he knew how to made people feel good, made eye contact. And I think I learned a lot that day about what it was to be famous, but at the same time, let people in on what you are and who you are.
If Arnie could teach Johnny a course on charm, maybe those lessons could be used on visits with another mentor.
He talked to my players a lot over the years, and he would always have something to say that the kids loved. And the kids loved it.
I think Johnny Bench had a way of relating to the American public. People gravitated toward him because he was such a great athlete, and this guy was the real deal.
Your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way is a sweeper. After the 1-0 misses, it's 1-1. Ron Acuna Jr. standing on deck. Matt Olson at the plate. The only thing you can say about on that send, that the out at home plate, is that knowing that Marte has a strong arm, knowing that Nacho Alvarez is not very fast, do you do that when you know Matt Olson's coming to the plate? You're down by 3. The 2-1. In the dirt, 2-2. 3-1. I'm not going to kill Freddie on that one, but it is a thought that crossed my mind during the break. I was like, I don't know if that's where you send him, because it wasn't a deep hit, a deep ball, and it wasn't shallow. It was kind of in between, and he had time to load up. The 3-1 misses outside wide ball 4. Matt Olson will take first base to lead off the inning, and here we go, Braves country. Good at bat there by the Ice House.
This is not watered down. This is Ice House.
Ice House. Smooth as it gets.
First pitch swinging, banged over to third. Foul. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Sinker misses. Good take by Acuna. 1-1. Ronald Acuna Jr. hit his 15th home run last night. .304 batting average. The 1-1. Way outside, wide, 2-1. One of the Braves influencers on social media, he was killing Ronald Acuna Jr. for his celebration last night. It's the same one he does on every home run. How many is the 2-1 inside? 3-1. And it was like an 80-year-old man get off my lawn type of complaint. And I'm like, what are you doing, man? What are you talking about? He's always done a celebration for home runs. It's just a part of his personality. He doesn't show his personality in other ways. Like, you don't see him spout off and say stupid things in the media. He never gets in trouble with the law or anything like that. Let the kids have some fun when they're out there. It would be different if it was 10, 15 years ago and he was doing it because people would say you're showing him up, but that's kind of gone from the game. The 3-1, down and in, ball 4. And Hill head on down to first. And all I could think of was
Bravo.
the guy who plays right field against him last night for the Mets. Does a shimmy every time
Bravo.
a pitcher misses for a ball. So let's not overanalyze something that's not there. Michael Harris the second. First pitch on the way, swing, chops it foul. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup. Kicks and fires. Up top, 87 miles an hour. Change up, it's 0-2. Runners on first and second, nobody out. Big spot here in the ball game once again. Chance to crack through on Holmes the second time through the lineup. The 0-2. Swing, dribbles it over to second. They're going to fire it over to second base. They'll barely get Acuna. Acuna's pointing to the dugout. He thinks he's safe. From the naked eye, it looked like he was out, but we'll have to see what it is. Weiss is going to get a call from the dugout, and they do want to challenge it. I don't know if he's saying he beat the throw or did the foot come off the bag. Lindor, who made the play, it's close, I can tell you that. They haven't slowed it down yet, but it is close. Yeah, he does look safe. Lindor, who made the tag, he didn't have an opinion because he wasn't looking. He was looking for the ball. Hopefully they've got a better angle than what they're showing because the angles they're showing are terrible. It looks like he beats him. But you need more of the slowed down, the pick by pick. I'll tell you this, if they called him safe, he'd be safe. Since they called him out, we may not get it overturned. He looks like he beat the play, but we're also going to New York for an opinion. Here's another slowed down. It looks like he's in there. But they typically have a different angle. I don't know why they don't have it this time. If you're going off of logic, he's safe. His hand is in there. And I don't know why they're not showing the slowed down version. They're showing a slow replay, but it's not the slower version that they can pull. But whoever's running the tape may not know how to do it because that's the way it's been all year. He looks like he's safe. That's all I can tell you. He looks like he's safe. I believe he is safe, but whether they overturn it, the problem is it was called an out on the field, and it's really that close. Hopefully we get the call, but I'm not going to hold my breath on this one. And it has been overturned, so there we go. So bases are loaded and nobody out. Ducks all over the pond. First pitch on the way is a sweeper. Well outside the zone, it's 1-0. 1-0. Holmes comes set, swing, lifts it. High into right center field going back. It should be caught. It is by Taylor, but that'll easily score Matt Olson. Acuna goes down to third, and the Braves are on the board, and a good piece of hitting there by Ozuna. I'll tell you what, for those of y'all who can't see it on the TV, he missed a home run by maybe 10 feet. He gave that ball a ride. What in the world is this? They have absolutely screwed this up. First pitch on the way to Drake Baldwin is high and inside. For a ball, it's 1-0. Swing, slices it down the left field line. If it's fair, just foul. That ball was just outside the line. We might have had a tie game. Just bounced. Maybe 6 inches outside the line. If it hits the line, it's not gonna. It's gonna stay in play, just as it was a low line drive. It's gonna smack that short porch. The 1-1 four-seam fastball misses high, ball 2-1. Count. Baldwin batting .310 on the year, 4 home runs with runners in scoring position. The 2-1 swing, slices it foul. We'll do it again. With Harris's speed, if that ball is fair and it stays in play, I think he's going to score, and we're going to have a tie ball game. And you talk about a game of inches. The 2-2 swing, chops it in front of home plate. Holmes has one plate, and that's to first. The runner from third comes home, and your Atlanta Braves have made this a 1-run game. So not a great piece of hitting, but we got the great spin on the ball.
You don't like the Drake?
I love the Drake.
How could you?
And it's a one-run game.
Who's the Drake?
The Drake is good.
We got the tying run in scoring position as Harris makes it up to second base on the throw. They never had a chance to get Acuna because Sanger, the hind catcher, had to jump out there. He thought he was going to get the ball. First pitch on the way is off the plate wide for a ball. It's 1-0. It's the old adage, you'd rather be lucky than good. If he hits that ball harder, it's going to be right at the pitcher, and he's going to be able to look back the runner. 1-0. Outside wide 2-0. Instead, it was a dribbler, and both the catcher and the pitcher had to offer towards it because Sanger, the catcher, didn't know if he was going to have to make the throw, so he didn't cover the plate. The 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, four-seam fastball, 2-1. Ozzy swinging for the downs, and there's no real reason for it. You just need a base hit. He was trying to club that into outer space. 2-1 count. Swing and a miss. Changes the changeup. It's 2-2. Ozzie flew out to center early in the count his first time up. A 2-2 count. Harris is at second, representing the tying run. We're in the bottom of the fourth. The 2-2. Swing pops it up. Should be an easy play. A little bit no man's land, but drifting back, making the catch is Lindor in center field, and that'll end the inning. But not for your Atlanta Braves. Make this a one-run game. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
I started drinking at 6 a.m. and we're here now. I don't know what time it is, but I'm rolling deep, and those cars are going real fast and real left, son. They're going fast and left.
I don't like to brag about the expensive places I've been, but night before last I went to the grocery store.
Nope, I don't want to hear it. I know what you're doing. This woman, the whole entire time we have been home, has been eyeing my sandwich. You said no twice in the drive-thru. She said no twice. I pull up and I'm like, hey, I'll take a chicken sandwich, babe. What do you want? And then you're like, oh, I'm not hungry. Even though we got done with the gym. And then I'm like, okay, honey, are you sure? Yeah, I'm not hungry. So we pull forward. And then I go, honey, are you sure you don't want anything to eat? Chuck, I'm not hungry. I was like, okay, fine. We get home and this woman won't stop staring at my food.
Emerging young players like Williams were a positive sign for the Yankees. But they were surrounded by a culture of losing that had taken hold.
If you think of a Western where the sheriff comes to town to clean it up, the first act was before it needed to get better, it needed to stop being worse.
Buck Showalter, he deserves to be in the middle of the Yankee picture because he's done a great job as the youngest manager in baseball.
16 years in the Yankee organization as a player, minor league manager where he had a lot of success.
Buck became the manager in the 92 season, and he really worked on exterminating certain negative influences in the clubhouse, and he knew he had a light traveler in Mattingly.
To me, it irritates me when guys aren't ready to play. They come out and they don't feel like playing one way or the other. And to me, that's wrong. If you don't feel like playing, then get out of the lineup or do something.
Mattingly and Buck Showalter, they weeded out the people in the clubhouse in terms of who was going to be in place going forward.
You're in Braves Country.
Your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Cal Quantrell goes back to work, trailing 3-2. First pitch on the way is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Misses. 1-1. 1-1 count. Swing, chops and foul. It's 1-2. Swing, hammers it down the third base line, but foul. Vientos 1 for 2 on the day with a single in the first inning. The 1-2, his 78th pitch of the night. Down and away, cutter misses. 2-2. 2-2 count. Pops it up down the left field line. Will it stay in play? Fair ball, and making the catch is Brujan calling off Nacho. 1 down. Second time tonight he's had hit a ball that high on that side of the field. The first one went deep into left field, but it was a skyscraper too. One down, first pitch swinging, curveball, Fouls it straight back. Jeff McNeil, who cranked a 3-run home run his last time up, it's 0-1. The 0-1, outside wide, 1-0. One count. Kicks and fires, swing, fouls it back. 1-2. Went with the splitter that time. McNeil now with 11 home runs on the year, an OPS of 804. One, two. Quantrill comes set. Shaking off Drake a couple of times. They better hurry. Here's the pitch. Swing, slaps it down the left field line. 94-mile-an-hour fastball deep into the corner. Making the catch at the wall is pro far, pro good. 2 down. Two down, and Marte will be the batter. First pitch on the way to Marte is a slider right there. First strike, it's 0-1. The 0-1. Down and away. 1-1. Marte 2 for 2. 2 singles, 2 stolen bases. He also saved a run with a great throw to home plate from left field, gunning down Nacho. The 1-1 pitch, swing, chops it foul. It's 1-2. One-two count. Pitch 87. This has to be his last inning, I would think. Maybe not. They might send him back out there if he gets out of this. 1-2 outside wide, 2-2. The 2-2. Quantrill with his high socks, kicks and fires. Down below the knees, ball 3. He's in danger of walking Marte, which would bring Beatty to the plate. The payoff pitch, nowhere near the zone, ball 4. His 5th walk of the night. Righty-lefty matchup now. The first pitch on the way from Quantrill is 85 off the plate. Splitter misses. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Swing, chops it foul. 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Brett Beatty, 0 for 1 with the walk in the second. They fired over to first to keep the runner close by. Pitch on the way. Just off the plate, splitter misses. 2-1. Kranitz is going to come out there and talk to him. Man, they've taken forever. He's been out there getting slapped around for 5 innings. Kranitz finally woke up. He said, oh, hell, UNLV didn't cover the spread. Let me go out here and see what's going on here with Quantrill. Looks like Kranitz is motioning to the dugout, and I think they want to get a trainer to look at him. Kranitz must have seen something, or maybe it was the velocity. I don't see a big drop in the velocity on the screen. He came off the... I mean, all they're showing on the replay is him arguing for the balls and strikes with home plate umpire Roberto Ortiz. Pitch did miss the mound, but it looks like... See who we have. We got Tyler Kinley warming up in the bullpen, so I guess they're going to go ahead and make the change. He'll have plenty of time to change. We'll be back in a flash. Braves trail by 1. I don't know if it looks like Quantrill must have gotten injured, but he was arguing balls and strikes. That's the weird part about it. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country. Mac McGee.
And we're on the same team.
The Country Club for Braves Country Radio.
And we need more players. We need you to help us win the battle against hunger and poverty. You can sponsor
Braves Country Radio.
Teamwork is what
The Country Club for Braves Country Radio
is all about. And that's why we need you. For just $15 a month,
don't get greedy. Ask for $2.99.
you can sponsor a child just like
Braves Country Radio.
I've been able to really help.
Braves Country Radio.
And it feels so good. It's so easy. Just reach out now and start sending your love around the world.
The Country Club for Braves Country Radio.
You join our team, we really can bat 1,000.
Mac McGee.
Who's waiting for help. There's room on our team for you.
This date, 1941, against the St. Louis Cardinals, a ragtag group of 5 musicians dubbed the Dodger Symphony by announcer Red Barber makes their Ebbets Field debut. None of the members can read music, but the band performs with zany antics at evening and weekend games. On this date, 1979, Philadelphia Phillies retire the uniform number 1 in honor of Hall of Fame outfielder Richie Ashburn. Considered one of the best leadoff hitters and defensive players during his 12-year career with the Phillies, after brief stints with the Cubs and the expansion Mets, Whitey Ashburn returned to Philadelphia, becoming a beloved baseball broadcaster for the team until he died in 1997. And on this date in 1989, Major League Baseball Commissioner Bartlett Giamatti, stating he believed that Pete Rose had bet on baseball games, including those of the team he managed, announces an agreement that bans Pete Rose permanently from baseball. The 5-page agreement signed by the commissioner and the Reds manager does not indicate the suspension is specifically for betting on baseball games and does not include language that Rose wagered on bets specifically for the contest, though later he would admit to doing so. His lifetime banishment would be lifted after his death, now making him eligible for the Hall of Fame by baseball commissioner Rob Manfred. Welcome back. Still haven't gotten a verified reasoning for why he came out. Maybe he slipped, I don't know, but he was arguing balls and strikes, and then they came out and talked to him, and then all of a sudden, you know, we're getting a pitching change. And they're giving Kinley extra time to warm up, so it has to be injury related. Maybe they're telling him, hey, man, we're going to put you on the IL instead of DFA. You see, you need to act like you're hurt right now. Kinley goes to work. He slips off the mound. Something's going on with that mound out there, because I believe that's what Quantrell was talking about. So he inherits a 2-1. It's now 3-1 after the slip to 3-1. Runner goes right there for a strike. 3-2. Marte darted back to first. He got about a third, maybe halfway there, and came right back. So he's trying to deke Baldwin into making an error. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him. So a great job by Kinley to put out the fire. We'll be back in a flash, try to clean up this mess when we come back, and hopefully they put some more dirt on the mound.
Did you know if you're over 50 years old, you can give yourself a prostate exam in the privacy of your own home? That's right. You can stay on top of that, right? You don't have to there's no embarrassing moments. You don't have to wear that stupid little gown in the hospital, right? You can just do it yourself at home. See, you're thinking about it. That's how I know you're gay.
Well, what happened was that second game, we got our ass kicked. Or the second half, we just got our ass totally kicked. We couldn't do diddly poo offensively. We couldn't make a first down. We couldn't run the ball. We didn't try to run the ball. We couldn't complete a pass. We sucked. The second half, we sucked.
A homeless man just roasted me. I went to go to the library to return some books that are overdue, and this homeless man is sleeping in front of the library door. I felt sorry, but I was like, I still got to return these books. I'm thinking he's asleep under all the covers and stuff, but his head is out, and I'm dropping the books in the slot, and then all I hear is, boy, I ain't gonna lie, I thought your ass was Dave Chappelle. Nah, I'm just like laughing, whatever. And he like, nah, you talking about, you know the one I'm talking about when he got the brown coat? And then I thought about it. I was like, you talking about Tyrone Biggums?
We got better by who we subtracted as much as who we added. It was one of those things where we're not where we've been, we're not where we're gonna be, but we're on our way. So we shut up and worked and surround ourselves with players that kind of fit who we were, who we had to be, and it started with Donnie.
Buck was instrumental in the change. Buck knew what it took in the locker room. I remember he said, I got to find guys that it bothers them when we lose. He was definitely instrumental for me putting things on track. And those are some of the most fun teams I played on.
That 92 team, that begins cleanup. By 93, they get much better, and now they're off and running.
You're in Braves country.
You know what really grinds my gears? Give me this restaurant. Is it Ruth's? Is it Chris? Is Ruth's Chris' mom? What's going on?
Thank you for the contribution there, Peter. First pitch on the way is inside to Nacho Alvarez. High and out of the zone, it's 1-0. The 1-0. Four-seam fastball up top, 1-1. Thank you for the second contribution. I will as soon as I get a chance, Peter. I'm having a heck of a time with these, with the lack of cooperation on the 3D tonight. I'm by myself. The 2-1 count. Swing, pops it up. Should be playable. It is Alonso, so it's always an event. He'll make the catch over there in foul territory, 1 away. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way, drops a bunt, a good bunt, but they were playing it in and Brujan's gunned down 2 away. It's a good drop of a bunt, but when they're playing that far in, you probably shouldn't do it. You probably ought to smack that ball and try to see if you can get it past the third baseman. He was in on the grass. And it was a hard bunt, but it was a solid bunt. If they're not expecting it, he's going to be safe by a mile, but they were playing it. So 2 quick outs, and Profar, who represents the tying run, takes the first pitch inside. That almost got him on the back leg. It's 1-0. Velvet still in here? It's your birthday? Happy birthday, Velvet. As the 1-0 is banging the dugout, it's 1-1. One swing, lift it high and deep. Get up! Get up! It's going to be caught at the back of the center field wall. My word, did he get a hold of that? We'll be back in a flash. Bullet dodged by the Mets. It's 3-2. We go to inning number 6.
I will never, ever, ever apologize. I am the least sorry person that you've ever met. I'll do it again.
Here are some baseball facts you might not have known. Sandy Koufax is regarded as one of the greatest pitchers of all time, who unfortunately had to retire early in 1966. In that 1966 season, Koufax won the Cy Young Award, becoming the only pitcher to ever win the Cy Young in their final year. Burt Blyleven was a Hall of Fame pitcher for the Minnesota Twins, who had a 22-year-long career. Up until he received his birth certificate to get married, Blyleven didn't know his correct name. His whole life, he thought his name was Reek Albert Blyleven, when his first name was actually split in two, making his real name Reek Albert Blyleven. One of the greatest Rockies players ever, Todd Helton, was a quarterback at the University of Tennessee. For a brief period of time in 1994, Helton's backup quarterback was actually Peyton Manning, 5-time MVP and 2-time Super Bowl champion.
Hey Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
For a guy that didn't go to college, Johnny's smart. Knew how to sell a product.
He's a major star. And Johnny Bench would wind up on the cover of Time magazine. He was that famous and that popular.
There's a lot of guys like him, cats that were just born to be in front of people. He's just always been comfortable in being himself. I've had him sing a few things to me on the bus, and it always makes me grin.
What's up, Braves Country? Looking forward to a great Atlanta Braves season. See y'all at the ballpark.
Welcome back. And welcome in 5 more Country Club members. First pitch on the way is a 4-seam fastball up top. This is high, it's 1-0. We get to Iron Lungs first. Thank you, Iron Lung. The 1-0. Swing, fouls it down the line. It's 1-1. Tyrone Taylor 0 for 2 on the day. One count. Taylor digging in. Kinley, his 6th pitch of the night. Slider down and away. 2-1. If you're just joining us, the starting pitcher for tonight, Cal Quantrell, left what looked like an injury. They haven't released anything yet, but it's what it appeared to be. The 2-1 swing and a miss. Nasty slider. That thing just floats up there. It truly is amazing. Cramping in his calf. Okay, so it's not a major injury, it's just cramping. So that's good for him. The 2-2. Swing, pops it up. High in the sky. Can of corn. Ozzie Albies has it. 1 away. Yeah, Cal's not used to throwing in this muggy. He was in Miami, but remember, they play indoors essentially. Once it starts getting hot in Miami, they close that roof almost every single day. I can get to them all, but we do have 10 new country club members. As the first pitch on the way, swinging, pops it up, high in the sky. Catch is made by Bruhan. Francisco Lindor, the batter. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way. 86 right there. First strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Outside wide. Curveball misses. 1-1. 1-1 count. Roy Clark was the name of the legendary Atlanta Braves scout that passed away today. We're going to take a moment of silence during the break in between the sixth inning. Top of the sixth and bottom of the sixth. The 2-1 pitch. Slider. Misses. The 2-2. Swing, lifts it down the left field line, giving chase his Profar into the corner. He'll make the catch at the wall in foul territory with very little room to spare. So the Mets go down 1-2-3. We'll grab the bats. The heart of the order coming for the Braves. And now a moment of silence for the great Roy Clark. Roy Clark was 68 years old. One of the most revered scouts in Major League Baseball. He was responsible for signing Adam Wainwright, Brian McCann, Jeff Francoeur, Charlie Morton, Jason Hayward, Freddie Freeman, Craig Kimbrell, and many others. First pitch on the way is a cutter inside to Matt Olson. It's 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup. The 0-1. Swing, fouls it straight back. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Braves trail 3-2. Olson digs in the pitch, slaps it foul. 95-mile-an-hour fastball will do it again. Glavin, Maddox, and Smoltz threw out the first pitch tonight. believe that was from tonight. The 0-2. Outside wide 1-2. I know they had festivities all weekend long celebrating the 30-year anniversary of the Atlanta Braves first championship. It wasn't the Braves first championship, but the first World Series title in Atlanta. The 1-2. 94. Just misses 2-2. Of course, the Braves had won 2 World Series prior to that, and had actually won 12 world titles before they created what we know now as the World Series. The 2-2, swing, slices it foul, do it again. So all in all, if you're counting it up, the Braves, you've probably heard me mention it before, but we have 16 world championships, 23 divisions, and 22 pennants since 1871. The 2-2, inside, 3-2. Full count to Matt Olson. He walked his last time up, which led to a run. We'll take that again. Olson representing the tying run, the payoff pitch. Swing, pops it up. Can of corn in the middle of the infield. Third baseman Beatty's got it. 1 down. Got underneath that one. Bottom of the 6th, Ronald Acuna Jr. comes to the plate. First pitch on the way, swing, chops it foul. It's 0-1. 7th inning stretch is on the way. As we like to call it around these parts, cheesy time for the puppies. The 0-1, swing, that ball smoked over to short. Line drive right into the glove of Lindor. 2 down. Acuna and Lindor giving each other a hard time. Acuna staring him down after stealing what should have been a base hit. Good play by Lindor. That'll bring Michael Harris to the plate. He's been so hot, it's strange to say he's 0 for 2, but he is. First pitch, swing and a miss. Changeup out of the zone. Well out of the zone, it's 0-1. The 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup, the pitch on the way. Changeup, pulling the string, but this time he didn't give chase. Braves won the World Series in 1914. The great Miracle Braves of Boston. And, of course, 57 in Milwaukee. The 1-1 misses, 2-1. Before getting their first title in Atlanta in 95, and then duplicating that in 2021, our first year on the air. The 2-1 pitch, down and in, ball 3-1. Nasty sinker. Somehow, Harris is laying off of that. That thing had, it was like a wiffle ball coming in about 94 plus. The 3-1 count. Swing, lifts it into center field, coming over, making the diving catch is Tyrone Taylor. Gosh, dog it, I miss Cedric Mullins out there playing center field. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
Hey, I checked my checking account this morning and I got $55.74. I don't know if any of y'all want to match me and see what we could do with TikTok if y'all want to buy it. It doesn't look like many of y'all are going to be able to match me. One person said he had $12. We could figure something out.
What's the fattest thing you ever did?
When I was 10 years old, my granddad decided to hog the last piece of sweet potato pie from Thanksgiving. So I had to concoct a grand master scheme. That night, I went to the refrigerator, and I took that pie tin and moved it all the way to the edge of the refrigerator. And the next morning, my granddad decided to go in there and have that pie that I couldn't eat. And when you opened the refrigerator door, it fell over the floor. It went all over the floor. Because at the end of the day, if I couldn't have that pie, wasn't nobody going to have it.
Can someone point me in the right direction of finding the that thought it would be a good idea to put football stadium lights on the front of their Dodge truck? I'd like to talk to that.
I remember, I think it was 1986 or 87, and I was notorious for being a slow starter. I was happy if I was hitting 210 at the end of April. Well, I don't think Donnie was that happy. You know, we were struggling so bad, and I was talking to him during batting practice a little bit, and I said, you know, you might be the only player in the league worse than me right now. We were both hitting like 188. I said, let's go out and have a few beers tonight. So we went out and had a few beers. Well, a few beers lasted a little longer than a few beers, and we probably got home at 2:30 in the morning, 1 o'clock game the next day. And I wasn't feeling all that chipper. And I remember the Yankees came up first, and I was playing first base then. And Donnie got a base hit his first at bat. He gets on first base, and we're kind of sharing a chuckle. He said, I feel like shit. How do you? I feel like shit too, you know? And then I come up in the bottom of the first, and I get a base hit. Now we're all laughing, you know? And I didn't get close to a lot of other players. I really did, but I did it with Don Mattingly.
Like and subscribe today. Braves Country Radio. Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. Top of inning number 7, the Braves trail by only 1. Could have been a lot worse. Cal Quantrill was getting slapped around. He finally settled down, then left with cramping as the first pitch on the way from Dylan Lee is a slider down and away. It's 1-0. Right there at the knees, 1-1 count. Right there, strike, slider, 1-2. Dylan Lee looking into Juan Soto, the lefty-lefty matchup. 32 home runs on the year. The 1-2 pitch in the dirt, 2-2. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Mets. 2-2-0 for the Braves. Soto 0 for 2 with the walk in the third. The 2-2 pitch, nowhere near the zone. Outside wide ball, 3-3-2. Payoff pitch coming. Down and in, ball 4. So he walks his leadoff batter. It's only going to get more difficult as the right-handed bats of Alonso and Vientos are next. Lefty-righty matchup, runner at first. First pitch on the way. Swing. Pops it up. Deep down the right field line, giving chase Acuna. He's going to run out of room, and she's gone. 2-run home run, and Pete Alonso has just made this a 3-run lead. 2-run shot. He does the cha-cha or whatever that is the Mets are doing nowadays. Rounding the bases. Jammed him inside is what it looked like, but he was able to get the bat hat out in front and really used the velocity to his favor, getting the bat through the zone and just sneaking it across the wall and just sneaking inside the foul pole. So back to work. Those leadoff walks normally come back to bite you, and they did for Dylan Lee once again. First pitch on the way to Vientos. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Smoked down the left field line. She gone. Back-to-back jacks. That one jabbed right down his throat, and it's 6-2. Dylan Lee does not have it tonight. Normally a really good reliever. That's going to run his ERA up to 3.16. He'd been consistently well below 2 the whole season. So still nobody out. And McNeil, who hit a home run, is back in the third inning, a 3-run home run that made this a 3-0 game. He'll come to the plate. That ball was pounded. How far did that thing fly? They don't put it up against the Braves. They just do a real quick flash. And they do such a terrible job with that. That was 414 feet. The Alonso home run was 343. It just got over the wall. The 1-0 on the way is a four-seam fastball. 1-1 count. In the dirt, 2-1. Dylan Lee. Struggling out here. He's thrown 11 pitches and yet to record an out. The 1-1 pitch right there for a strike on the outer edge. It's 1-2. The 1-2, swing, pops it up. High in the sky, can of corn, who wants it? Dylan Lee. Nacho should have been calling Lee off, but he didn't. He fell silent, and Lee makes the catch. One away. Gary's asking, has Soto earned the contract he signed? I mean, can anybody earn that contract? I mean, he basically tricked the Mets into paying him way more than what he's worth, but he's had a solid year. Soto's got 32 home runs. He'll finish with over 40 home runs. I do know this for his age. They had a stat up the other night on the Mets vision where whatever his walk total is, he's the fastest to it. As the 0-1 bangs it down the line, it's 0-2. A lot of that has to do with the fact he came into the major leagues at a really young age, but the other thing is that he has always had not just a great eye, but great control, and it's hard to get him to chase the pitches out of the zone. The 0-2 fouls it back, will do it again. Now, the one thing we have going in our favor, this Mets bullpen has been in shambles. You don't want to wait until the 9th inning like the Braves did last night, but if you can put some runs on in the 7th and 8th, they're going to have to get Diaz up early. And he got hot last night. Didn't come into the game, but he got warmed up because if you remember, Helsley was a disaster once again. The 1-2. Change-up misses, 2-2. So if you're going to put the pressure on the Mets bullpen, you need to start it in the 7th and 8th. The 2-2 count, swing blasted. That ball's fair. She gone. 7-2. Another home run given up by the Braves. Third by Dylan Lee. And he is going through it right now. 8th home run of the year by Marte. 396 feet. And it was an absolute bullet. I mean, he smoked it. Dylan Lee's ERA will shoot up to 3.3. You almost wonder if he's got dead arm because he's looked pretty hittable the last 2 or 3 times out. It wouldn't shock me if they put him on a ghost IL just to get him to rest his arm. They'll call it inflammation or something, but you just wonder because Dylan Lee's normally, his pitches normally aren't this flat. He's just hitting flat. So 7-2 your score. First pitch on the way. Slider off the plate. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Slider misses 1-1 count. Dylan Lee, 21 pitches and still only has 1 out. 94 up top. Did he go around? Did not. 2-1. Two-one count. Swing. Slices it foul down the line. 2-2. Brett Beatty, who is 0 for 2 on the day. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 95 mile an hour fastball. 2 down. And it looks like Snicker's going to finally come out and get him. I mean, you've sent him to the Wolves. Why not let him get the last out? Oh, man, that's overdue. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
You're very lucky that you're with somebody as resilient.
You tried to off yourself 2 times in the last 24 hours, Frank.
A single scores at least 1, probably 2 with Adrianza's speed. Braves fans are on their feet hoping for some kind of a bleeder or a seeing eye single, trying to find any way to get a runner home. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Bueller's got to be coming to the end of his string. For him to piece together this many pitches on 3 days rest, he's really done an incredible job. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and it is swung on and hit high and deep down the right field line. Is it fair? Is it? It is gone, baby! Ramalama ding dong, zip boom bam, a 3-run shot makes it 4-1 Atlanta.
Did you know that in the 1970s, a man left his house and walked to the Golden Gate Bridge and jumped off the bridge? When his loved ones went to his house, they discovered a note that said, "I'm walking to the Golden Gate. If one person smiles, I'm not going to jump." You don't know what other people are going through. Sometimes all that person needs is a warm smile from a stranger.
Armchair.
It is a haunted game in which every player is measured against the ghosts of all who have gone before. Most of all, it is about time and timelessness, speed and grace, failure and loss, imperishable hope and coming home.
Robinson with a good lead. There he goes. He hits the dirt and he's safe.
Pull up a chair. Your home. Braves Country Radio. The classic call of Braves Country baseball. Aaron Bummer comes in. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way is a sinker outside wide to Tyrone Taylor. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Inside. 2-0. Be celebrating my birthday weekend like we do every Labor Day weekend as college football begins. We do drafts and all that kind of stuff. Won't get you bogged down in the details, but the point is the 2-0 fists it over to short pop, and that'll end the inning. I'll talk more about it when we come back. We head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Get up and stretch, Braves Country. It's cheesy time. Welcome back. First pitch on the way to Marcell Ozuna is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Misses. 1-1. Tyrone Taylor goes to left, Mullins to center, so we get an advantage there. Taylor's a much better defensive center fielder than Mullins is. Pitch outside wide. Called for a strike, 1-2. So a 1-2 count. Down in the dirt, 2-2. If the Braves do make a comeback and it's defense related, they'll be going bonkers in New York. So I was listening to them the other night as the 2-2, swing and a miss, strike 3, chase the sinker down and in. Clay Holmes has settled down, and now that he's got the lead, he's not walking on eggshells, and he's just kicking and firing one down. But they were going bonkers about the fact that it was the next morning. As the first pitch on the way to Drake Baldwin is a sinker down and in. Just wondered if you remember, this was, I believe, it's pretty recent. I'm trying to think of what game it was. The 1-0 fouls it away. 1-1. I guess it was one of the last games we played against the Mets. But it was a game where Mullins misplayed a ball in center field. It was the series in New York, I believe. And they were going nuts because they're like, why is Tyrone Taylor not out there with the lead? Is the 1-0? 1-1's fouled away. It's 1-2. It might have been the game where they led by 6 and we scored 9 in one inning. It might have been that inning. But they were just killing Cedric Mullins over it. The 1-2 misses high, 2-2. 2-2 count. Swing, rips it up the middle, and we got a base hit. Got a base runner. Give us some life here, Braves country. My word, on a Saturday night, we need some offense.
You don't like the Drake?
I love the Drake.
How could you not like the Drake?
Who's the Drake?
The Drake is good.
Looks like Mendoza's going to come out there and take Holmes out, so he was being given the chance to go as far until he gave a base hit. It's a 5-run lead for the Metropolitans. Their bullpen comes into play, and you never know because it's usually in shambles. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
Pepsi?
We only have Coke.
I'll take a gram.
You know, the key to a happy marriage is simple communication. So the next time your wife is upset with you, giving you the silent treatment, and you can't quite figure out why, simply grab her some coloring books, set them down next to her, and let her know that she's acting like a child because she can't use her big girl words to tell you what's really going on. She'll clearly understand that you're correct and draw you a pretty picture. Write that down.
You should leave him immediately. Not because he's a Texas fan. You should leave him because he deserves better. Most men don't care about much of anything in this world. I care about my mom. I care about my girlfriend. I care about my football team and my friends, I guess. We just don't care about much. Like, we like TV shows and we like video games, but like, we'll adjust. But our football, he probably loves that football team as much as he loves you. That man has probably loved that football team for as long as he's been a fan of anything. You came along a lot later. Like, that's gross behavior. And that man deserves so much better, even if his team did lose.
When they signed Wade Boggs over here, everyone was saying, this is going to be a disaster. Don Mattingly, Wade Boggs on the same team.
That was good back page reading because the Boston fans said that Don Mattingly and myself won't get along, that we'll be fighting in the clubhouse.
Well, lo and behold, we get to spring training, and the first thing that happens when the writers are allowed back on the minor league fields, there's Don Mattingly and Wade Boggs in the outfield together. And I remember smiling and I say, Donnie did this. This is going to work.
At the start of 1993, the Yankees had a revamped roster, a new manager, and for the first time in years, real promise. But while the club's results were trending upwards, Don Mattingly's bad back and other nagging injuries had sapped him of his production, leading to speculation the end for Donnie Baseball might be near.
Welcome back. First pitch to Ozzie Albies. 1 pitch, 1 out, 5-3. 2 down. Way to work the count there, Wiz. Runner from first to second. So you got a runner in scoring position, but when you're down 5, you shouldn't be swinging at the first pitch. You're trying to create base runners. So a base hit would score a run, but you're down 5. Here's the first pitch to Nacho Alvarez. High and out of the zone. Great play keeping that ball from going to the backstop. Sanger, he had to backhand it and leap from his knees, as today's catchers are not in the catching position. They're always catching from the knee. The 1-0. Outside wide 2-0. Surprised we don't see more balls go to the backstop than what we do. We do see quite a bit more than we used to, but because they're sitting there on one knee, they have less range. The 2-0. Down and away, 3-0. And they're being told to do that all the way down into the minor leagues. They're being told to do that because they want to save their knees for offense. And they also believe they can frame better when they do that. The 3-0 from Soto. Misses outside wide, ball 4. So that's why you don't swing at the first pitch, Ozzie, because you got a guy coming out of the bullpen and you don't know if he's going to be on it or not. He'll head on down to first, and Nacho does the right thing.
You check it out. What? Look, that guy.
Get me some nachos.
And one swing
and these nachos to help me
from your pitch hitter, Sean Murphy, could make this a 2-run game. With that being said, they're going to have a powwow out there on the mound. The conversation has to be how they want to pitch Murphy. I can't imagine they want to pitch around him as bad as he's been. And you got the top of the order standing on deck, so the last thing you want to do is load the bases up. And that might be what the conversation's about. Pitching coach Jeremy Hefner heads back to the dugout. Lefty-righty matchup. The first pitch on the way to Smurf is 98, right down there at the knees. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Outside wide. 1-1 count. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss. Well behind that one, 1-2. The 1-2 count, lefty-righty. Pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. And Sean Murphy continues to do Sean Murphy things. Soto gets out of it. Probably not a great pinch hit decision, to be honest with you. We'll be back in a flash. 8th inning we go. It's 8-ball time here in Braves country.
106 miles to Chicago. We've got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
It's happy hour.
When wins become losses
and losses become wins.
You guys going to happy hour? Yeah? Yeah, I'll come for a couple. Just a couple, though. Not like last time.
When buying a beer, don't make this mistake.
Buying only one beer can cause a misalignment in your spine due to the uneven weight distribution. This can cause unnecessary back pain and potential spine issues. To prevent this, carry 2 beers, ensuring your body is balanced and proper health maintained.
Okay. Let's get it!
Afternoon, everybody.
Put my pants on, one leg at a time. Guess what? I got a fever, and the only prescription is no...
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the Intercontinental Radio News.
You're in Braves country.
Drink a beer. Salute.
They're making it laws where you can't drink when you want to. Pretty soon we're going to be calling this country.
Yeah. For me and the Lord, we gotta understand it. We're on a mission from God.
If you want to stop me, you're gonna have to kill me!
Welcome back. First pitch on the way from Aaron Bummer is down and in to Hayden Sanger. It's 1-0. Lefty-righty matchup. The 1-0 swing rips it down the line. Foul. 1. Braves trail 7-2. Still got a couple innings to get back in this one. Need Bummer and company to keep them right here. The 1-1 swings, salts it back, foul. Sweeper on the outer edge, 1-2. Joining us, Cal Quantrill wasn't great, but it was really Dylan Lee that came in and spit the bit tonight. He gave up 4 runs in just 2/3 of an inning and made a 3-2 game a 7-2 game. The 1-2. Down and in, 2-2. That was back in the 7th inning. Going into the 7th, it was 3-2 New York. Looks like that ball must have hit him in the foot. He's done that a lot this year. I call it the Charlie Morton, where you hit the batter on the back foot with the slow bender. Charlie used to do that all the time. It would drive you bananas. He'd be wheeling and dealing, and he'd get 2 strikes on somebody, and then he'd smack them on the toe. Next thing you know, the whole inning would fall apart. First pitch to Lindor, switches over to the right side. It's 0-1. Lefty-righty matchup. Nick Allen moves into shortstop position. The 0-1. Swing. Fouls it down the line. It's 0-2. 0-2 count. Pitch bangs back up the middle. High throw by Bummer. Ozzie, who doesn't have a lot of ups, but he got to the top of his ladder, grabs the ball, lands on the base, and you'll get the force out at second, but we would have had a double play. It was a quick comeback. And it is a little bit of a difficult throw if you're thinking about it from where he's standing. He's standing at the top of the mound. And though he's used to throwing off the mound, he's usually throwing downhill. He's having to stand on the top of the mound and aim at a very short target in Ozzie Albies. He's better off if he's actually behind the mound as opposed to standing on top of it. Or in front, however you want to look at it. First pitch to Soto, misses the zone by a mile. It's 1-0. 1-0. Sinker. 1-1. One count. Flips it over to first real quick to keep Lindor close by. Pitch on the way is a sweeper off the edge. The 2-1 swung on, banged on the ground over to short. Allen will step on the bag. He'll fire it to first, and it's a double play, and that'll end the inning. So we get out of the jam. We go to the top or the bottom of the 8th, but the top of the order. It ain't over yet, Braves country. We'll be back in a flash.
You guys keep saying go to Red Note. Okay, I go to Red Note. I don't know what the is happening, but I understand that I have to put my phone number in. So I put my phone number in. I'm not stupid. It's okay, we gotta send you a code. I say, okay, send me the code. It sends me the code. I got the code. I put the code in. It says that's the wrong code. No, it's not. Okay, let's try this again. Resend the code. After about 10 motherfucking times, I start throwing We have a casualty. Red Note owes me a phone. I take no responsibility for my temper tantrums. And so what you can do is you can follow me on Instagram, or you can kindly off. And I'll miss you because I love you. But off. Cause I ain't boycotting nothing. I don't got the energy to be boycotting it. I'm 31 years old. And as a matter of fact, why can't they call it a girl caught? I'm offended. Triggered.
Earlier this year, the New York press said, can't do it anymore. Let's get rid of him, which was a little bit of an insult for a guy who's contributed so much.
It's awful, because I know how he took it. I remember he came in one time. I was taking a lot of grief from the media about him hitting 5th. And he came in one day and said, Buck, listen, why don't you drop me down?
Yeah, I remember telling him, I'm like, man, I'm killing us. You know, you can get me out of there. Don't be afraid. You're not going to hurt my feelings. I want to win.
I got up and closed the door. Just my way of telling him. I said, are you telling me who to bat and what batting order to use? Well, no, I'm just telling you, take some. I said, no, I'll decide where you're going to hit.
Mattingly would make good on Showalter's decision with the lineup, bouncing back by midseason and helping to lead the Yankees to a second-place finish in 1993. Then in 94, the Bombers looked primed for a postseason run, taking over sole possession of first place on the 1st of May and expanding on their lead from there. At long last, it looked like Donnie Baseball was going to play in October.
They say defense wins championships. Who would you say is the best defensive player in baseball history?
Jerickson Profar leads us off. Rogers, the right-hander, submarine pitcher, throws the first pitch inside. Just inside the zone for a strike on the outer edge. It's 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup. Rogers a 1.91 ERA. The 0-1. 84 below the zone. One count. Right-handed submariner, but he actually has pretty good numbers against lefties. The 1-1 swing, rips it over to second, diving catch. Another great defensive play by the Mets tonight. L4 in your scorebook, 1 down. Sometimes it just ain't your night. You're making diving grabs left and right. Matt Olson, the batter. First pitch, swing, slices it foul. It's 0-1. You just like to see what happens if the Braves put a couple on, maybe get a couple across, get a little mojo going. They may flounder again. The 0-1, outside wide, 1-1. We really haven't put any pressure on them in this series, and it's all come down to the pitching. The pitching just hasn't kept the Braves in it. The 1-1 swing, chops it through the hole. That'll be a base hit, and Matt Olson gets things going.
This is not watered down. This is Ice House.
Ice House.
Smooth as it gets.
Ronald Acuna Jr., the batter. First pitch on the way, swing and a miss at the sinker, 83 miles an hour. So on one, you might wonder, like, how are they not being able to hit a guy who throws so slow? It's his delivery. Submariners have been around since the beginning, but you don't see him much anymore as the 0-1 slices it foul. 0-2, which I think is what makes Rogers even more deadly, because you don't see many Submariners anymore. It's kind of like the knuckleball. It's become a lost art. And guys normally go to it because they don't have velocity. They're trying to find a way to stay in baseball. The 0-2 misses, slider 1-2. One-two count. Swing and a miss. Chase one in the dirt. Slider. 2 down. Two down. That'll bring Michael Harris to the plate. Be interesting to see how he handles the Submariner. Harris 0 for 3, a strikeout, a fielder's choice, and a line out. First pitch on the way is a sinker right there on the outer edge. It's 0-1. Infield back into the right, 2 outs. The 0-1. Swing, slices it foul. It's 0-2. They all end up like a touch behind. You're seeing Harris, he's just a touch behind on the swing, but a lot of that has to do with the fact they have a hard time picking it up. The 0-2. Off the plate, 1-2. One-two count, swing, fouls it back. Do it again. The 1-2. Fouls it straight back. We'll do it one more time. Rogers comes set, submarines it up there, swing, bangs it over to first. I believe that went off his foot. It did. Foul ball. They end up a tick behind these guys because they're trying to find the ball coming out of his hand, and he's whipping it. For those of y'all who can't see it at home, he's whipping it from the right side of the mound underneath his leg, and it's really hard to pick it up for them. The 1-2, swing, pops it into left field. Should be an easy play. It is. And F7 on your scorecard. Braves get one on, but can't do anything with it. 5-run lead for the Mets. We go to the 9th. The heart of the order due up for the Metropolitans.
What's a word you pronounced incorrectly one time and it still haunts you to this day? I'll go first. Stalamate.
Whore's divorce?
Embassy suits.
Paradigm. Why does it have a f***ing G?
Saranwap.
Esophagus.
Listen, we were drunken scumbags way before the two of you decided to move into your green and green house.
Okay, but our green and green was built way before you guys got here.
It's not my fault you didn't do your homework before descending on the neighborhood like jackals.
What's your deal, man?
My deal is that I know your deal, okay? You want to pretend like you're these enlightened, progressive, open-minded people, but you're not. You're just trying to look the part. Like your dog. I'm sure you tell people that's a rescue, yeah?
Lavender is a rescue.
What castle did you rescue that dog? Listen, I know shelter dogs, okay? $3,000 whippets are not shelter dogs. You got screwed. But yeah, I'll tell the drunks to keep it down a little bit.
Base hit right field. Tying run in. Here's the throw to the plate. Do you believe this? The Yankees have won it.
I love that group of guys, and I think that got me right. again because it got to be about competition again.
It's the best team I'd ever played on. I knew that I was going to win a World Series that year.
Well, there is no joy in Mudville tonight or anywhere else baseball is played for that matter. For the first time in almost a century, a major league season will not finish on the field.
That was tough because, again, we had a good club. It'd been so long to get there.
It felt like no player was giving up more in that particular season for their legacy, for their emotions than Don Mattingly.
I probably wouldn't have played in 95 if we would have made the playoffs in 94. Like I was at that point with family and everything, that my kids, that, that part was getting hard for me.
All right, you're a general manager of a baseball team. You're trying to attract fans. What's the one thing you're doing to get people out to the ballpark?
Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way from Austin Cox is a curveball way high out of the zone. To Pete Alonso, it's 1-0. 1-0. Down below the knees. 2-0. Count. Floating splitter in there. 2-1. Calling that a splitter, but it really looks more like a slow change. And he hangs that thing, it's going to get clubbed. The 2-1 pitch. Swing, chops it down the line, foul. 2-2. Austin Cox, 6.23 ERA. It's a little skewed because a few times they've left him out there hung out to dry. The 2-2. Swing, lifts it into center field, going back on the track. Making the running catch at the wall is Harris. 75% of this world is covered by water, the rest by Michael the Hawk Harris. Wowzers. I thought that might be leaving the park, at least going off the wall. And Harris got on his horse in a hurry and makes the catch over his head. As his momentum, the ball started tailing away from him. And some stat dork will try to tell you that there was a 48% chance of probability of him making that catch. Man, that was impressive. They keep replaying it on both sides, but New York and Atlanta sides. That was a good catch. Great catch. 1-0's inside to Vientos. 2-0. Count. Outside wide. 3. The 3-0, fouled straight back, four-seam fastball, 3-1. Same two teams tomorrow. It'll be Bryce Elder on the mound for your Atlanta Braves. We'll come on there about 1 o'clock and bring you first pitch at 1:35. The 3-1 pitch, swing, blasts it, high and deep into left, going back on the track. Harris at the wall, climbs the wall, but it'll be about 4 rows into the seats. And Vientos hits his 11th home run of the year. It's 8-2. That ball, it might as well have been sitting on a tee. It was right down the heart of the plate. Major league batters rarely miss those pitches. McNeil, who's 1 for 4 with the 3-run home run, he got the party started for the Mets tonight. Fouls it straight back. It's a 1. The 0-1. Down and away. 0-2. They said he went around. Not sure about that, but it's 8-2 in the 9th, and that might have been third base umpire Ben May's way of saying, come on now. If you offer, it's going to be a strike. The 0-2 misses. Curveball in the dirt. 1-2. One-two. AC brings it, swing, belts it into right field, going back on the track at the wall. His second home run of the night. And the New York City Rat hits his 12th of the year. And it's 9-2. We've gotten so used to them doing this in years when we've been really good and they can play with their food in the standings. But if you're still trying to make the playoffs and you skip Spencer Strider's start against the New York Mets, are you really trying to win if you're the managers? Lefty-lefty matchup. Mullins takes the first pitch for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0. Right there for a strike as he check swings. It's 1-1. 1-1 count. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Mullins 16 home runs on the year, 55 RBI. The 1-2 swing, bangs it over to first, and Olsen would have an error. I'm not sure what happened. The ball popped out of his glove as he was running to first. He's looking at the webbing. It looked like it popped out of his glove. Did it pop out of the back? He secured the ball, started to run, and then it popped. Get another look, another angle. Oh, no, he never had it. I thought he had it. The way it bounced when you're looking from it dead on, he never had it. So it'll be an E3, or at least it should be. They did call it an error. 1 on, 1 out. You don't get that very often from Matt Olson. The 1-0. 93 up top. 1-1. One count. Slices it back. 1-2. I'm starting to think it did go through the back of his glove. Maybe it didn't. It's a weird optical illusion. Is the 1-2 down and away 2-2? You look at it from one angle, it looked like it skipped under his glove. You look at it from the back angle, and it looked like it went through his glove. But it couldn't have, because he'd have a huge hole in that glove right now. So weird. The 2-2 count. Curveball outside. 3-2. Where's one of our unreasonable psycho fans coming in here going, well, if he'd barehand the damn thing like they did back in my day. The payoff pitch, swing, chops it over to Ozzie. 4-6-3. No chance of turning the double play. And Allen tosses one towards the dugout. What the heck's going on here? I mean, we got to... It's like the Keystone Cops out there. Good Lord. First pitch on the way. That ball bounces off the glove of Ozzie, and everybody's safe again. We'll have another error. Good Lord, the Keystone Cops are out tonight. So runners on first and second, 2 outs. Allen will not be charged with an error because you can't assume the double play, and it did not go into the dugout. And it looks like they're giving him an infield single on that one. That's ridiculous. The 1-0 pitch is swung on, belted to the deepest part of the park, just in front of the 400 mark. Harris will make the catch, and that'll end the inning. That should have been an error on Ozzie. I love Ozzie, but that was a terrible defensive play. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
It's a word you pronounced incorrectly one time, and it still haunts you to this day.
Eulictopus, stomach-arches,
Milk of Malaysia.
My husband and I went to bed at the same time last night. And at like 2 o'clock in the morning, I woke up, and he wasn't laying next to me. And I sat up in bed and looked over to see if he was in the bathroom, and the light wasn't on, so he wasn't in there. So I got up, and he was in the kitchen, sitting at the table, drinking a cup of coffee. And he looked really upset. And I said, honey, what's wrong? And he looked up at me and he goes, it's the 20th anniversary of the day we met. And he was right. We had met 20 years ago. I said, oh my gosh, I can't believe you remembered that. And he said, do you remember that time when your dad caught us in the backseat of my truck? I said, yeah, I actually do remember that. He said, do you remember when he threatened me and said, you either marry my daughter or I'm going to make sure you go to prison for the next 20 years? And I said, yeah, I actually remember that too. My husband said, I would have gotten out today.
But after the way the 94 season ended, Mattingly came back in 95, with the focus on the fact that he'd never played in the postseason ever more glaring.
I don't even know how many games it was, but I've played the most games without making it to the postseason or whatever. And I'd always be on that list, and I didn't like that list very much.
Though with most of the same group coming back for the 95 season, most expected the Yankees to dominate the American League again, but it wouldn't work out that way.
We were rolling in 94, and we just didn't seem to be able to get this thing on the tracks.
The Yankees played up and down baseball all summer long, while Mattingly battled back injuries and struggled to stay in the lineup. By the start of September, they were 14 games out in the AL East. The division title was out of reach, but they did still have life, thanks to a new addition to the game, the wild card. Capturing that extra playoff bid was no sure thing, but for his part, at the age of 34, the Yankee captain was going to leave nothing behind trying.
Welcome back. Edwin Diaz is going to come in the game. They're probably just trying to get him some work. First pitch on the way, 97 outside wide. It's 0-1. One thing you can get sometimes with a closer with a 7-run lead in the ninth, sometimes they don't come out sharp. The 0-1 in the dirt, 1-1. Marcell Ozuna, the batter. Due up after him is the Drake and then Ozzie Albies. You'd love to make it a long inning for him just to affect tomorrow's game. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Slider, 1-2. Same two teams tomorrow. 1 p.m. here on Braves Country Radio. The 1-2 pitch. Swing! Chops it foul. We'll do it again. The 3D isn't showing anything now. It's just ghost ball. Field of Dreams out there. Ghost baseball players. You got the Scarecrow standing at home plate. 1-2, chops it foul. We'll do it again. The other one we have going is a backup. It's worse. So I don't know what's going on with it, but it started this week. You would hope they figure it out by Monday morning. The 1-2 in the dirt, 2-2. Two count, swing, fouls it back, came in with the four-seamer. The 2-2 count. Slider right there, strike three, one away. Drake Baldwin, the batter. First pitch on the way, swing and a miss, 99 miles an hour, blew it right by him. Right down Main Street, it's 0-1. Near one. Four-seam fastball. Outer edge, 0-2. An 0-2 count. Swing, fouls it away. Braves trail 9-2. The 0-2 pitch. Swing! That ball's belted down the right field line. If it's fair, it's gone. It's foul. Bending, bending, bending just before the foul pole. Someone's got a souvenir over there. The 0-2, down below the knees, 1-2. One-two count. Swing, fouls it away. Assuming this score holds the season series for Braves-Mets, Braves will have won 7, the Mets 5. There's only one game left, so they cannot win the season series, but you'd like not to get swept tomorrow. The 1-2 outside wide, 2-2. Bryce Elder will be the man on the mound tomorrow trying to prevent that. The 2-2. Sweet. Did he get a piece of that? I guess he did. Stays alive. We'll do it again. It's 2-2. Slider in the dirt. David Peterson will be on the mound for the Mets. He was the guy that came out there last time when he had the 6-0 lead and he gave up the 9 runs. He's normally a really good pitcher. So you know he'll be fired up and focused to pitch against the Braves tomorrow. But Elder's going to have to be much better than he has. He's been an utter disaster. Oh, that's a cool spot there. A fan caught one of the home run balls and gave it to a little youngster. It's one of the Mets home run balls. A young man gave it to a little toddler. He's got some Coors Light there. I hope someone bought him some beers for that. The 2-2 fouls it away. Nothing else. Baldwin's making Diaz work. It's 18 pitches here. 1 down. The 2-2 in the dirt. Ball 3, 3-2. Diaz comes set, the payoff pitch, swing, chops it through the hole. Charging the ball is Lindor. He'll flip it to first. 6-3, 2 down. Pretty good at bat by Drake Baldwin. That was 12 pitches. So if nothing else, he's made Diaz work. If Ozzie doesn't pop up the first pitch he sees, and he can make him work as well, you're talking about affecting him to be able to pitch tomorrow. You can get a pitch anywhere close to 30 pitches. The first pitch on the way, slider right there for a strike. It's 0-1. I know that's a tall order with 2 outs now, needing another 9 pitches, but you get anywhere close to that, he's not pitching tomorrow. 0-1. Chops it down the line. Will it stay fair? That ball's going to bounce fair. All right. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, and Ozzie Albies stands at first. It was an check swing that he tried to hold back and taps it down the line. They had him on the shift, and it just stayed inside the line as it rolled past third base. Mauricio, who's in for Beatty, had a long way to go, and he just waited for the roll past third, and it stayed fair. First pitch to Nacho Alvarez is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, 99 miles an hour, 0-2. Braves are down to their last strike. You're seeing the play now on your screen. I know you're behind. The problem is I was really weary of restarting the screen because every time we do it on the other one, it gets worse. 1-2. Now to Alvarez. That pitch misses outside wide. Nothing we can control on this. It's just they're having fits with it for whatever reason. 1-2, fouls it back with it again. I still think it's better than just having a scoreboard up there, so that's why we left it up there. One-two count. Outside wide. Did he go around? He did not. 2-2. Good job of holding up there. We're at 27 pitches, so like I said, he's up near 30. I don't think he's going to be able to pitch tomorrow. If he does, they're really flirting with wearing out his arm. The 2-2. Down and away. 3. Oh, they're going to say he went around? All right, strike 3. 28 pitches, though. I felt like the Braves did the job in that inning. What you wanted to do is you wanted him to pitch a lot of pitches, and he did. Mets win. They win the first 2 games of the series. The Braves have secured the season series win. Well, we're going to try to avoid the sweep tomorrow with Bryce Elder on the mound. We'll see you then, Braves country. Braves lose a tough one. Closing time, last call. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Have a great one, Braves country. Don't forget to like it and subscribe. And always tip your bartender. I'll see you tomorrow night.